Lack of abortion access troubles Guam's first female governor. Honolulu U-Lord's Leon Guerrero vigorously defended abortion rights as she campaigned to become the first female governor of Guam. She won, but the last abortion provider in the heavily Catholic U.S. territory retired in May 2018. That's forcing women. Several conservative states like Alabama and Missouri have passed tough abortion restrictions as they take aim at the 1973 Roe v. Wade ruling that Guams, which Guerrero described as very. Guerrero said she believes that doctors in Guam would still perform abortions if a woman's life were in danger, but she's concerned that other women will be forced to seek illegal or dangerous alternatives. The governor said officials are trying to recruit doctors to come to the island and establish clinics. She said doctors. Guerrero asked voters during the campaign last year if they support abortion, and many do despite about 80% of Guam's 165,000 residents being Catholic, she said. Her opponent disagreed. The other U.S. territories in the Pacific, American Samoa and the Northern Mariana Islands, both prohibit abortions except in very limited circumstances. All territories are, while Hawaii, a nearly 8-hour flight from Guam, is the closest U.S. state for a legal abortion. There have only been a handful of Guam women treated since last year, and none for an elective procedure, said Dr. Bliss Kaneshiro, an obstetrician-gynecologist and University of Hawaii professor. She said, to her knowledge, all those who have come from Guam are women. But Kaneshiro and her colleagues have heard about many. Some. Even in Hawaii, the island of Kauai has no abortion providers, forcing most women to fly to Oahu or Maui, and the Big Island only recently began offering services, Kaneshiro said. Hawaii was the first state to approve a program in which doctors can mail abortion medications to patients so they don't have to travel, she said. But Guam law prevents doctors from mailing the medicine because the territory requires patients to have an in-person counseling session with a doctor or psychologist. In a recent court case, a Guam man was charged with raping and impregnating an 11-year-old girl, who will have to go through with her pregnancy, Jane Flores, director of the Bureau of Women's Affairs, told the. A message left with Guam's archdiocese wasn't immediately returned. A call to the clinic.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.